So we are not sure what's going on with our audio here. This mute microphone, but I don't know what's going on.
This is a trial run.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it is really bad echoing.
How does it sound to you guys? How do I get the comments on mine?
You gotta hit the little.
How are we gonna sit by each other?
Yeah, I don't know.
So what we want to do while he's sort of working on that is do these car reviews live, so that you can ask us questions while we have the car. And then the idea is that I'm going to converse with you on the live chat. That way I know if you have a question, then I would take my phone and show you what part of the car it is that you have a question with. But we're having trouble with microphones and some echoing and like it's like old-fashioned radios when you used to get close to each other it would make this crazy sound. I don't hear you. Oh, but my volume's all the way down. That's why. Right.
Unmute. Now you can hear me?
Yep.
But you couldn't hear me when I was muted?
Right.
Okay, so maybe that's the issue. I will mute mine and we will just.
Okay, and once we get in the car, we'll be by each other and all will be well. Okay, am I turning it around to you, Jim?
We are going to introduce you to the new addition to OSR Garage. And we've had a lot of people wondering what it was going to be. But that is none of what we ended up with. And we are going to show you right now what we got.
Mine's just on selfie mode. Ta-da!
So here it is.
Dun 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 dun.
2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E Premium all-wheel drive with the extended battery. So you get a range of 270 miles. And then we get, what else is it? And 0 to 60, 4.8 seconds. What else? 270-mile range, which we're really happy with. One thing, and I know everybody's got happy about that it just does not have a but what it does have is preconditioning. So you can actually set that probably because my microphone is obviously way away from me.
Oh, I'm supposed to stay by you. I forgot.
You're gonna have to stay by me.
Sorry, guys.
To some extent, anyway. Once we get in the car, it won't matter.
We're just trying to figure this out. Thank you for your patience.
So yeah, as I was saying, it has battery preconditioning, and so that way it's warm when you leave in the morning. The battery's warm, the car's warm, everything's warm, and you don't get the range loss that you do with not having a heat pump. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna pop it back here, show you guys what it looks like. So as you can see, Felicia's got that on her screen. I'm gonna flip around here so you guys can see. And then we'll put the seats down so you can see how much space there is there. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of. I'm gonna go in depth.
Here's my hand to help, like, show you.
On the car.
You could probably fit, I don't know, 8 grocery bags, like paper grocery bags with the seats up. And then with the seats down. Thanks, Johnny. This is a beautiful space white color that we have on this thing.
Yeah, space white.
Pretty cool.
Well, that's how much room.
Yeah, did we ever get a cubic feet on that?
No, actually, I don't have a cubic feet on it, but
you know what, guys? We're gonna get you so much information on this car, so don't even worry about it. We're just gonna check it out for the first time here, and just wanted to let you guys in on it. So we'll do more in-depth stuff for you. Going down the road.
Yeah, we'll get this done, and I'll get it the back seat so you guys see how much room there is.
You're gonna close the. Ooh, it's cold, y'all.
So this seat is positioned where I sit. So there is enough room here. Nice bathroom.
Show above your head, babe.
Oh, yeah,
like.
Sun and, well, you
show me how much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
You can see me. So,
nope. You're facing the dash.
huh?
You're facing the dash.
No, you can. They can see me in your camera.
Okay.
So we got plenty of room here.
Yep.
Above my head.
Yep.
So
looks great.
Everything's good there.
Yep.
So plenty of room back here. It's got a Bang & Olufsen stereo system, which we can't play for you because
of
copyright.
But it does go bang bang.
It does. Go bang bang thump thump. So here's the interior. Pretty nice. We've actually had this for about struggling to keep it from you guys. You know, so pretty crazy. Been hard. If any of you watched the Fisker live stream that we did on Wednesday night, some of you may have seen this car, but yep, this is it. Really comfortable. Seats are really good. So, all right, let's get in.
We're hopping in, everybody.
And let's go for a drive.
It's a very cold. Ooh.
So I am going to try to. It does not want me to go widescreen because
there's 2 of us.
There's 2 of us, so I'm going to have to adjust the camera holster. And not sure what you'd be able to see. Oh, you thought while I'm doing.
All right, so we'll just have a view of a lovely Illinois field here. So we have had this car for a few weeks. Trying to watch Jim too here. And we really like it. I like how we have a little more range than we did in our last EV, which was a Volkswagen. Okay, I'll turn around now. I've got my windblown hair sort of fixed. Oh my gosh, it's so cold in my face.
So you are going to have to tell me what we're looking at here. Let me get this phone in here.
It's good to see everybody. How are all of you? Drop your name in the chat. Okay, I'm going to flip around and show you guys just some of the interior of the car while Jim is getting his camera fixed. Maybe. Okay. So you can see that we have sort of premium materials. A little bit dirty in here, I apologize. Beautiful stitching. I like the contrast white stitching here. You can see on my seat to the really sporty design to the seat, which I really love. There's this beautiful sort of wool looking material over the speakers and some on the dash, and again it's got B&O.
Sorry about that. On the phone.
This is just trial and error for now. We'll get better at this.
Yeah, we'll get this all figured out before we do this again.
Here's a shot of the dash, which I just think is really beautiful. I love the way that it has sort of streamlined that vent area into a small, I just really like how it's not bulky. It's nice and slender. And then the glove box is, standard size. I know that I have some stuff on the floorboard, but I will show you how much room we have here. He's moving along.
Got it figured out.
Okay, so this is the console. Goes all the way through there to the other side, like a lot of them do. We do have wireless charging for one phone here, and we have found that you kind of have to, it depends on sort of what kind of case you have. And then we've got charging here. We've got the turn knob shifter that Ford has integrated into, I think everything but the F-Series trucks, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's sort of open again underneath the armrest, but it lifts up just like anything else, and you could actually hide your junk. I enjoy just showing all the junk to you, apparently. We have some crumbs in the cup holders. Yeah. And then we have, what do we got here? 17-inch, I think, infotainment screen.
What can we see? What can you guys see of me? Oh,
you're upside down.
I'm upside down. On my screen, I'm not upside down.
This is entertaining, right? Let's see. I'll just go over the infotainment screen a little bit while you do that. How's that sound?
Yeah.
So we go to so let's see. We will put, I don't know if we want to connect you or what it'll do. Yeah, we'll just want to go. How about we just go to settings? So normally we have up, we both have Androids, so we will have up Android Auto normally, and that pulls up a couple different sections. I'm echoing out of your phone.
Probably. I know, I can't do it. I don't know. Hopefully they're not hearing it as bad. I don't know.
How's the echo, you guys? We're trying.
I'm not sure. We're trying to figure this out.
Okay. So normally on the screen, we'll have like a few sections. It'll have the map. Like if we're just a map, it always has a map, whether you're using the navigation or not. And then it'll have another section here that will have like your music and things like that. Hey, you got it. Well, I mean, kind of looking at me, but
yeah,
hello.
Sure. Kind of looking across. Not exactly the way that I wanted to do it, but
I can look at you. See?
No, they should be able to see me too. Can you guys see me also?
We know it's not the front centered view that you're sort of used to, but
yeah, that was the plan. Was it was going to be in front and showing that way, but this phone holster is not working that way, and it won't let us turn sideways to go widescreen. So
it's all right. We'll get it figured out for next time. And like I said, this is kind of just a trial run. We appreciate you sticking with us, and we will get you more information on our vehicle. We'll probably do several little experiments and drive videos, and I suppose you could look at my face while we say this, but I'm very windblown and my face is very blotchy and cold. So we'll be sure to get you guys some good stuff. So no worries there.
Okay, we're gonna start driving.
I'm gonna stay on here. And if you guys have any questions, let us know. Or if there's something you want us to do. I mean, something safe.
You guys want to see 0 to 60?
Yeah, let me get a switch around here. Okay.
See the speedometer?
Yep.
All right. Ready? Here we go. Oh, so we got to go to unbridled.
Oh yeah, in our
So,
settings. Tell them about that.
So we got the drive modes that are whisper, engage, and unbridle. Now this used to say unbridled. I don't know why they switched it. It's the newest software that just came out this year. So we are going to switch to unbridled. Hopefully you'll be able to hear we have the propulsion sound on. Let's shut that off and we'll do a launch real quick, and then I'll turn the propulsion on and then see if you guys can hear that, which I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm trying to look at her phone, which is not working.
Oh, so I was looking at the, yeah.
Okay, so ready? Here we go.
Whoa, sorry. Ooh.
Scott didn't have enough room on that.
Did we get up? What did we get up to? I can't even
60.
see. Like, okay, that was up to 60. Okay. This is rough. I'm gonna try real hard to hold this still. Okay, I'm ready. I'm
gonna turn the propulsion sound on now so you guys can hear it. It's supposed to be the GT500 exhaust note. Hopefully it's loud enough that you guys can hear it. All right, here we go.
42, 40, 50, 60. I should have looked at the time.
So it's supposed to be about 4.8 seconds, so I'm guessing that's about right.
So we did have a question from Christopher. Yes, we did actually swap out the ID4 for this guy. We really wanted to try it out. There were just some reasons that we kind of wanted to switch, and it worked out well for us.
Yeah.
So I hope that's okay. We still can talk to you about any ID4 questions that you have.
Yes,
we had that for 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, we really loved it. Just, we're at the dealership a lot getting you guys test cars, so it's hard.
We just decided to keep one.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to stick with the same thing all the time.
It was the ID4 was perfect for us and for really anybody who's going gas to their first electric car. It was awesome. It was just perfect for us. But as I kind of said, was that we were ready for a big boy EV. So we need to step up in regen, that type of stuff, to get a little more feel for the electric cars.
Did you hear that answer, Johnny? He said he couldn't hear it.
Oh yeah, the exhaust. It's hard to hear.
Oh, the exhaust. Yeah.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay, let me flip around again.
We're not on a rock road now. We're on a smoother pavement, so maybe you can hear it.
That's what he meant. I'm sorry. I thought he meant he didn't hear what we said.
Or maybe you can hold it by a speaker or something.
All right.
So anyway, here we go. I don't know if you can hear that cut off.
That?
It's a deep kind of rumble, and then when I let off the gas or let off the pedal, then you can hear it just kind of cut off, and that's what that is. It only does it when you hit the accelerator.
Super loud.
No, it's not. It's not really loud. It's really hard to hear.
It's cool.
So.
Yeah, so far we have just had he couldn't hear it. And did you get rid of the ID4? Yeah.
Okay, so this has so we're almost 300. So that is a huge bump in performance. The other thing is that this one's all-wheel drive, and the ID4 isn't. And the ID4 with the all-wheel drive, the reason we didn't go there is because we actually lose more range. It actually goes down to like 240 miles of range with the all-wheel drive, where this one we went from 250 up to 270. So that is one of the bigger reasons that we did that. Plus having the battery preconditioning and those things.
Yeah, the Ford app. Is that a name?
Ford Pass.
Okay, I thought that's
Ford Pass.
the Ford Pass app is really nice. Like,
yeah,
they have everything you can think of on there.
yeah, you can lock, unlock, you can precondition the car, you can start the car, you can go through and look at your driving logs and everything. So it's just got a lot of options in there. Pretty nice.
Range, right?
Yeah, 2 mile range. It's this extended battery. Now this is for the 2021. The 2022s and 23s, I believe it's like 280 or 285 because they actually opened up 3 more kilowatts on the battery. This battery pack is actually 99 kilowatt hour battery pack, but you only get to use 88 kilowatt hours of it. So for the 2022s and 3s, they increased that to 91 kilowatt hours. And so now they got a little bit better range. They talking about doing it for the 21s. Also, they weren't going to do it. So I'm not sure they may still do that. Maybe if enough people complain about it, they might. Ford has been really conservative about it. So this Mach-E, the suspension on this is a lot stiffer. So you do feel a little bit more bumps or things, but it's nothing crazy. It's just a little bit stiffer. Right? But it's that way because it's performance oriented. So this thing I'm going to be able to take in a corner a lot faster than what the ID4 can handle because of the stiffer suspension. It's like the little bump in performance. The other thing that this car came equipped with was Blue Cruise. So we have full Blue Cruise in this interstate. We can drive completely hands-free. Just have to keep watching forward. And if you're not watching forward, then it will alert you to watch the road. On roads that aren't banked, which are mostly the interstates, side roads, not be able to use them free Blue Cruise, but it still do lane centering and lane assist and all those features which you have to bring in.
Right. And we do have live. I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yep.
Yep.
This is how it goes on YouTube. You can't edit stuff out. So not exactly sure.
Let's see. You're talking about Blue Cruise.
Yeah.
You're talking about
because I would say the ID4 is probably a little bit more comfortable for long trips, but I have not had it feel really.
I know it's hard. We can't look at our seats because our butts are in them.
Right.
But you can see the back, the really beautiful stitching and design and sportiness that they've given with the materials and the stitching on these. Pretty cool. And I really love how we get all of the cool Mustang vibe, but we have a back seat. So we have a couple friends that we went out to dinner with, and it's totally fine for adult people in here. No one had a problem with space or anything like that. So pretty good.
We know it's not a Mustang, but It does have the Mustang name, and it does perform like a Mustang. If you get into this drive, you'll realize that this does perform just as well as any Mustang out there. And this one is probably the equivalent of what the EV6 Mustang might be, but then you go to your V8 GT or whatever, and then that's where you're looking at a GT and GT performance. The electric GT performance and the electric is going to outperform a standard GT Mustang.
We just got passed by a Chevy.
Yeah, it's a truck, and they're not as cool as we are. So
personally, I feel like that's illegal.
Well,
I feel like
they don't.
Guys, do you think we should chase them down?
No.
Okay. I try to have fun.
As much as people would probably want to see us get pulled over and the cops come after us and all that stuff, I don't.
They could like we're on a slight delay, so they could like call in the cops. Right. You guys wouldn't do that to us, right? We got passed by a Chevy. Okay.
Do you guys know what happens when people aren't paying attention and you can stomp on the
accelerator? It throws me around. All right. Let's look at the road now.
Yeah. Anyway, show everybody the lovely cornfields and the place where we
live in Central. So interesting.
So exciting.
I was watching a movie the other day, and they were, I don't know, in Florida or something, I think. And they were going to go to the beach, and just like on the weekend. And I thought, do you think that's normal for them? Like how cornfields are normal?
Oh, yeah. When they
or like that movie.
Around giant cities, and they're just walking down the streets and all that stuff.
Or,
just like
it's
normal.
Rocks and canyons and mountains. And when they come here, do they think this is awesome?
Probably not.
I don't. I'm just showing it to you. Oh, all right. Go on, Jim.
Well, we've covered the power, the suspension, talked about the Blue Cruise. Do you guys want us to go and show you the Blue Cruise? We've got an interstate somewhat close to us. It'll take us, about another 15, 20 minutes to get to that. But we can show you the Blue Cruise if you want to see that. So a couple other things are that we will be covering this car just as much as we did with the ID4. Is new for us. If you're new to the channel, it's your first time here and you like automotive content, go ahead and click subscribe because we have tons of it and we're going to keep producing tons of it. We want to do the same thing that we're doing today. We want to do that with every test car that we get. And so if you guys, that's something you guys want to see, make sure you let us know in the live chat right now and give us a thumbs up on the video. And that lets us know that you guys enjoy this type of thing. And we'll get these little kinks ironed out.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you are a new person watching this or new to the channel, definitely click subscribe. You're going to love it. We also have memberships. So if you're interested in joining OSR Garage and helping support the channel, you actually will get to see videos like a few days before everyone else if you want to do that. And there's like 3 levels, different pricing. I think that's covered all of that anyway. So is there anything else that you guys specifically want to know about the car, about us, about the channel, the other vehicles that we've covered?
Yeah, and also like we really want in the future for this to be road trip with the Mustang. All right, Johnny, that's totally what we're gonna do. I think we probably will. Depending on the time here, I think we probably will go check out the Blue Cruise, and we can always do another video on it separate, in more detail or something like that.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say is we were really excited to try to figure out how to do these live videos, and we wanted to just start with our car since we have access to it before we get the new cars for such a short period of time that we want to try our best to you know, have a plan and have things in working order.
Have it a little more seamless.
Yeah, not like 15 minutes late like we did
Right.
today.
Fumbling around, we're trying to figure out where we're going to put cameras.
Yeah, and we'll also like hopefully we can put a schedule out sort of ahead of time.
You come on and ask questions.
And that is something that if you join as a member, you will get that information. I keep all the members updated.
And then we're also going to try to be sure to put notices up like in the community.
Yeah, we'll put things up in the community feed. Watch those.
In the community feed, and like I'll put notices up on the Facebook page and Instagram and stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh, lipstick here one.
Lipstick.
Yeah. Important girl.
Yeah, that's random stuff. Yeah, I had to clean a bunch of stuff out of the car. We keep like, what do we keep? Like a blanket in here. We keep pillows in here.
Snacks, guys.
Snacks.
Snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
I'm a vegetarian. Okay. So basically, there's nuts and seeds and berries.
And yeah, the other thing is just because mostly vegetarian, we have an electric car. We don't have an electric car because we're trying to save the planet or anything like that. We got an electric car because we don't like to pay for gas.
Yeah.
That's the simple reason. We don't want to pay for gas, and our electric is cheaper. Yeah, we are committed now.
So I was gonna say, let me flip you around.
I was gonna say, if you think about purchasing an electric car, you have to think about the money that you save in gas, because that makes up, depending on how far you drive, like obviously where we live, we drive 20-30 minutes to everywhere.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of gas money every week. I mean, what did we used to spend like?
Oh, it's sometimes $200 to $300 a month in gas.
Yeah.
Just
So,
for one vehicle.
right. Just for one. So you're looking at saving half of your payment or something, like, you know, depending on what it is that you get, just by not having to buy gas. And I'm an accountant, so let me tell you, I have a spreadsheet and I have the bills, you know, filed.
Tons of spreadsheets.
Yeah. Our electric bill has not had, like, I haven't even noticed the increase.
Yeah, it increased about, depending on how much we happen to drive that month in the car. It ranges somewhere around $30 to $50 extra a month on the electric versus the $300 we were spending in gas. So,
will your camera turn anymore towards your face?
am I cut off?
Kind of. Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
I feel like you guys are. I feel like you guys are staring at me. That's what I feel like.
Here, how about I scoot my seat up?
I didn't have a nap today.
I'll slide my seat up. Does that help?
Yes.
See me better now?
Yes, that's better. Now
okay.
It's focused on you instead of me. So much. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay. How you guys like Jim's glasses?
Oh boy.
He's looking pretty stylish.
Okay, so one thing that we've been also talking about was a name for the car.
Oh yeah.
We were running some names through, and I was trying to come up with some entertaining ones, some funny ones, and so the car is Space White. So I thought maybe SpaceX or Space Force.
I thought about the Jetsons.
Oh yeah.
Because the car sort of sounds, you know, spacey. Also, like, not only is it space white, but it also sounds kind of spacey when it's just on the normal mode. The kind of hum that it has reminds me of the little flying cars.
Oh, yeah.
And so I thought of Rosie the robot on Jetsons. I don't know.
So Rosie, What else did I come up with? Astrid.
Astrid.
What was the other one? Secret. So one of the shows,
Secret.
one of the shows that we love, and one of our favorite movies.
Howls.
Is
Secret.
Eurovision. The story of Fire Saga with Will Ferrell. It is absolutely hilarious. So that was another name was Lars, which is what his name is, and
That was
the girl it is Secret. And then I thought maybe just Judy. I thought Judy. I don't.
What do you guys think?
You guys got any odd names for? Oh, I know what another one was. I was gonna Electro Stang. How about Electro Stang? Or Mach-E .0 instead of a 5.0 E.0.
Yeah. Tell us what you think. And thanks for coming along with us.
Yeah,
Like, we love hanging out with you guys. And
it's fun.
sorry that we're crazy. I do want to take a minute while we're here in town, Jim, for you to sort of talk about. I'm going to turn around and go to the driver's side over here. For you to sort of talk about the one pedal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because we're in town, so it's.
So the one pedal driving, this is true one pedal driving. It completely brings you to a stop. It is much more aggressive than what the ID4 was. Took a little bit of adjustment, but the funny thing is once you drive like that for a little while, then it starts to feel like it's not as aggressive as what it was when you first did it.
I'm showing your foot.
Oh, so I drive cruise control a lot. So right now we're driving with cruise control, but I don't hardly ever press the accelerator.
We had an offer of Electro Stang.
You like
Electro
Electrostain?
No,
okay.
no. Electro Stang.
Electrostang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you think it's a boy? Do you think this car's a boy or a girl? I guess would be.
It's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
to tell. I know the ID4 was a girl, easily. But this, I can see that Electrostang. And you know what? Do we need to make some T-shirts that say Electrostang on it? What do you guys think about that? Would you guys buy T-shirts that said Electrostang?
Are you gonna use the brake after I'm just trying to show them how the one pedal? You got to time it out. See?
I had to kick it off.
Oh, he had just take the cruise off, babe. So,
Okay, I won't put the cruise.
So
okay, we're green.
We're green. All right. Now I'm gonna look up here until we have a red, and then I want to show you how sort of
Letting off.
letting off.
Hopefully we can time this out. I
Timing
play
it
a
out.
game. I try to time it out. And did we
So
get
we're
it?
just coasting.
Just a little bit. I had to push the brakes.
Oh.
Just a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
It does take some getting used to, but
yeah,
it's not hard to get used to.
No.
I almost always have a perfect stop where I need to be.
So the other thing is that with the drive modes, Whisper is a more relaxed driving. So it's like your eco driving. So the acceleration is softer, everything's a little softer, and even the regen is softer. So if you like a softer regen, you want to drive in that mode. Engage is your normal mode, so you can have a little bit stronger regen there, and then the strongest regen is bridle because you're exerting the most power, then you want to regen the most power back. So that's how that works. You can shut the one pedal drive off if you don't want it on. Now you still do get regen when you press on the brakes because you really have to press the brakes down really far before it actually activates the friction brakes.
Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Okay. What's going on over there?
I'm bored. Oh, here we go. Slowing down again, letting off.
Yeah.
Let's see how close we come.
And
all the way stopped.
There.
So see, we timed that just right. We didn't have to touch the brake. So guess what that means? Lots less brake work on your car.
Yeah, it does.
We never use the brake.
You'll replace probably tires 3 times before you'll ever replace your brakes.
Mm-hmm. And if you have like really pretty calipers or something, you know, sometimes they're cool
Oh
colors.
yeah.
Sometimes they're cool colors. You don't have to worry about brake dust and junk getting all on them, right?
Right. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the brake dust. It's keeps everything clean. Uh, See the little town, this town that we're driving through, and it's a decent sized town.
It is dead. I don't know what you're talking about.
But this part of town is not.
This is like
This used to be the big part of town.
the sad.
This used to be the big part of town. I'm sure you guys have seen that, where the outskirts they start building like malls and all the department stores and everything out in the outside parts of town, and then
Not on
all of a
that.
sudden,
I'm not on the outside side that we're on.
yeah. So
a different outside
we're
side.
in downtown. So
Yeah.
downtown has now moved everything to the outskirts, and so the stores at downtown are now not here, or they're vacant, or they're just run down. Yeah, so that's just kind of how that all works.
Or you know, the other thing I was gonna say, when I drive to my treatments at Barnes in St. Louis, I've only been once in this car. It was really nice because they have chargers in the parking garage.
Yeah.
And so I just plugged in and got more than enough charge to get home, and it's like a 3-hour drive for us. So that was cool. But I put it in whisper mode the whole time. And I just felt like it was a really nice, quiet, like easy drive, you know?
Yeah. I think that was perfect because I saw when you arrived there was like 100 miles of range left. And normally we would get there and have like 50 or 60 miles of range.
Oh, we got a great name. Suggestion. Name the car Valiant. Then it would be Mach-E, like Mach-E Alien.
Gotcha. Wow. That one took some thought.
That's a good
Would
one.
not have come up with that.
Yeah, Machiavellian. That might stick. That was a nice one. That came from Santa Claus, which is cool because Santa Claus is taking some time off.
Thanks, Santa Claus.
Yeah, probably a lot warmer up there in the North Pole right now. He's chilling with his cocoa and candy canes or something. Watching us on YouTube.
Yeah. We are almost to the highway or interstate. Should be able to use Blue Cruise. And you guys will actually get to see me. Got orange light up here. Felicia gets really excited when I have to push the brakes. Then she's a little excited.
You know, we have proof now of how much he jerks me around. You saw that, right?
Well,
he doesn't move because he knows he's going to do it.
So the other thing is I don't drive this car every day. It's not my daily driver. It's hers and our family vehicle. So I drive a gas car back and forth to work, which is only about 12 miles away. So about 25 miles a day, I drive my gas vehicle, and then I get in here, and things are just a little bit different. And my gas vehicle is a 2013, so you know, it doesn't have this high tech instruments in it.
How close are we to the Blue Cruise? I'm gonna keep the phone sort of in the, maybe on the driver cluster. Oh, there, I can zoom in there. I can't see the far left side because of the steering wheel, but
I am going to actually initiate everything to be able to do that. And then see when it kicks on. So lane keep assist is on right now. So not anything yet.
And that's on the
cruise.
lane
Watch the road prepared. So right now we are on the Blue Cruise with hands on the steering wheel, eyes forward.
So that'll be on any highway. Like almost anytime you set the cruise, if there's lines on the road, I should say,
Yeah.
That's what it'll look like. The little blue circle around it.
Once you're able to go to Bluetooth and it's hands free, this whole screen will turn blue. So that way you know that it's hands free, and it
Yeah.
will alert you.
I've got it on your screen. On your.
Yeah, it'll probably be maybe a little bit out here. We're still kind of on a highway that hasn't like turned into the interstate yet.
So show us the. I'm gonna zoom in a little. Oh, not that much. Show us the. On the left side there, the far left button is just the cruise. Yeah. And then the top right button is lane centering or lane adaptive cruise. Yeah. Yeah. You can use that little toggle to, like, if you tap your brake and you want to just turn it back on, you can just flip it up. See how there's an X and it's kind of like pause and restart, sort of is what it's like. Yeah. And then when you are cruising, you use that up and down toggle for your speed. So you can turn your speed higher or lower just using that. Boop. Oh, right.
Display here. So if I take my hands off, I'm supposed to have my hands off. Keep it centered, it'll do lane centering for a certain period of time. That's going to tell me to steering wheel. So now it says keep hands on the wheel. So I do that. Now it'll also, this here is an eye tracker right here. So I'm going to look in the rear view mirror as I'm driving and not look. Should just take a few seconds. They're going to tell me watch the road.
So it's pretty crazy because it's really sensitive, and you can wear sunglasses and it'll still read your eyes.
The other thing is, if you have this on, take a bottle and you're drinking it, it's actually blocks the sensor, so it'll
like
tell
this,
you
this bottle when I drink out of it actually does it almost every time.
Okay, so we are almost up here, and this should turn. Hopefully, it works.
What's the other alert? Oh, the hands. The hands on the steering wheel is the other one. Yeah.
Cruise. So now lane centering, everything's on. You can see we're going around a curve right now, and but the lane centering, it will go around without you having your hands on the wheel for a certain period of time.
So you're probably gonna hop on the interstate again before you. Or does this just kind of run into it?
Yeah, it just turns into the interstate. So we are set up. Initiated, so now we just have to wait for it to turn into part of a road then.
Yeah. So right now it's on the mode that it'll be on in general when you're cruising down just a highway or whatever. I think they have there we go.
There's hands free. See, it says hands free.
Yeah, now you know you don't have to do anything.
All I have to do is make sure that I'm watching straight ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just moving along.
Basically, the other thing is, if you notice, it has the speed. Now it's telling me. So there was sometimes when there's a off ramp, it will shut off because it's not sure what it's supposed to do.
There's no line, but there's a break in the line on the side of the road.
Okay, so now we've gone active again on Blue Cruise, but I wanted to show you the speed limit sign that's over here, and inside the driver assistance things, you can set that to match the speed of the speed limit signs, or you can use. Okay, now that one wanted me to resume control because
we have
a car perched up on the side of me and was a little too close.
Yeah. And also, it's probably somewhat confused by these lines that are that are like not.
Well, this is actually different because the Blue Cruise is on map roads, so it's already programmed in.
Oh, it's not. It's not.
So now we're back. So I was talking about the speed limit.
Sorry.
On the speed limit sign, it will adjust you to the speed limit. So we have our set to be 3 miles per hour over. So we'll always keep 3 miles per hour over the speed limit. Into a town where it's like 35 miles an hour. Once it hits, as soon as you get to that 35 mile an hour sign, it's going to slow you down to 35, or in this case, be 38 miles per hour. The other thing is there's a threshold that set for it to warn you if you're over the speed limit. Set that anywhere from 1 to 5 miles per hour. That's your blue.
Oh, and I was gonna say, yeah, it's on like 30,000 roads in the United States. Like that's
130,000.
oh 100. Yeah, that sounds more like that sounds better.
Now,
130,000.
if you guys aren't watching Out of Spec right now, Kyle Connor has a car that has new Blue Cruise software on it, and he is testing that right now. And when that comes out, when it makes it to the cars, it will do automatic lane changes also.
We do.
So we will be able to turn a turn signal on like this. Now it disengages, but the new software will actually software do it by itself. You just have to turn the turn signal on.
Right.
So we're hoping to get that soon. That's pretty cool.
So Santa Claus would like to know.
Okay.
What are your first impressions that you like this car better than the ID4? Like, how did that whole, like, why don't you just tell them how that whole thing kind of came about? Because guess what, guys? I have no idea. He just comes home and he's like, they have this Mustang. And that's how it went with the ID4. And that's how it went with the Bronco. And that's how it went with all the cars we've ever had.
Well, no, that's not exactly true. But what happened with this one is that we had the ID4, we love the ID4. Things that were getting small and annoyance starting to become bigger. Like the entertainment screen with random had other issues like that. But a lot of issues with updates. They were supposed to update, they never did update. They stopped the updates, and then letter that recall batteries, full battery recall.
But you are already looking, were you not already looking, like, at getting this car for the loaner?
Oh, okay. So, yeah,
I think my jacket unzipped.
I had traded my truck in on a car from the dealership.
Struggling.
From our dealership that we used. And shortly after that, I ended up having the try to think what it was. The manifold gasket actually went bad. I had some work done. While they were doing that, they were going to have the car for several days. So I just called the dealership and said, "Hey, I had to put the car on can. I see you guys got a couple Mach-E's, used Mach-E's. Can I borrow one and use one while mine's getting fixed?" And they said, "Yeah, that's no problem. Go ahead and take one." And they said one of them was getting, they were working a deal on, so I had to take this one. And I said, "Well, that's fine." And I started looking at the price of it, and the price was discounted pretty heavily. And I just wanted to take it out and drive it because we had a GT Performance there for a little while that did some videos and stuff on it. We really loved it. And I was like, "Well, what is the difference between the GT and the Premium?"
I liked the cargo area.
Yeah.
And the front.
So there was a lot of things we did like about it, and we decided, hey, let's go check it out and let's get this, drive it, see what we think about it, and what the difference is between the GT and lower trim. Everybody was saying, get the GT Performance because of the Magna Ride, just a better car. And we got this and we started driving it and we were just like, wow, this is really nice. And I think there was nothing technically wrong with the ID4. We liked even though it only had 200 horsepower, an electric car would work right away.
I wish they could hear that.
I
You
don't know
hear
if you guys
that
could hear
time?
it that time or not, but
It sounds great.
but the power was good. It's just more about software issues. The battery, the range loss was really, really didn't expect it to be as bad. No matter what, if she went to Chicago, doesn't stop the charge. During the summer, we could drive all the way.
And if the charging infrastructure would be worth anything, I wouldn't have a problem driving from where we live to where that is, where my brother lives. But there are no chargers. It's
one charger on the way up there.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours from our house to that charger. So in the summer we could make it, or if it was a colder day, and maybe the wind wasn't blowing against me, then I could make it. But in general, I had to go out of my way, which I don't know, unless you're.
I'm not watching the road. Sorry.
Oh, I have the camera on me. I was trying to show it. Unless you are on here and you do know right where we live, it might not make sense. But we would have to drive out of our way to a different town and maybe add, like, how much drive time?
It's only 6 minutes off of the interstate, but then we would have to drive the extra 6 minutes over there to the charger, and then we would have to charge for another 15 or 20 minutes to get enough power to get all the way up to your brother's in Chicago.
But it's not just 6 minutes off our normal route.
Yeah, 6 minutes off of our route.
We're going the normal way, and we just pop off, and it's 6 minutes.
It takes 6 minutes extra to get there, but you're adding.
When I go, I take 57.
55. 57, there are no charges.
Yeah, and that's the way the car takes me, unless I need a charge in Bloomington.
So you got to go to Bloomington and 6 minutes or so. It is. I mean, that's the way we go through the country, 255, and then all the way up. We don't take it. Out of the way. My car just about went off the road. Anyway, we go up there and we have to go 6 minutes out of our way to get to the charger, but then we have to charge for another 15 or 20 minutes. So you're actually looking at about a half an hour of extra time, where during the summer we don't have to take that extra time. We just drive straight up. So with this car, there were just so many advantages to it. Was that one, it had 20 more miles of range, which doesn't seem like a lot, but the other thing that I talked about earlier was the battery preconditioning before departure. So you can set it to leave at a certain time in the morning or whenever you're going to leave, and it will warm up the cabin and it will warm up the battery before you leave. That is where you lose the range without having a heat pump like the ID4. You would lose that range because the battery's trying to heat up while you're driving and trying to warm up the cabin at the same time. If you warm up the cabin ahead of time, it did help some, but not a lot. This has been excellent. Go anywhere. Sometimes 30 degrees, 20 degrees. We're getting about the same. We haven't had experienced really driving in the later month. But you know, the range was one thing, the power, the all-wheel drive that we didn't have before. All of those things combined with the price that we got this car for, it just made it a decision. The only thing for me, anyway, the only thing I had to do was get it home for her to drive it because I knew as soon as she drove it, she'd be like, "Yeah, I really do like this."
It was a trick, y'all. It was a trick.
But it's her car. It's not my car. It's,
but
it's her daily driver.
I
So
don't really care about. Like, if it were up to me, I'd still be driving my Mazda 6. It's like a 2014.
and paying
I
gas,
feel like it was coming up on 10 years old. Yeah,
paying the gas and stopping in the
my
cold and
insurance
getting
would be
gas.
like $12 for one thing, and then I mean I don't go that many places.
Yeah, but
But
20 degrees getting gas, standing outside pumping gas.
yeah, and also the other thing I really like about this car is that there's the app, right? So you can set it to warm up when you're getting ready to leave. You can just remote start it at any time, but you know, if you think about it before you go to bed, you got to get up really early or something. And I know me, I'm always in a hurry, and you know, using 1/4 of my brain instead of my full brain. And so a lot of times Jim will just set the car to already warm up for me. It warms up the car physically because it's winter, but it warms up the battery too. What does that helps you be a little bit more efficient?
Because the battery doesn't have to warm itself up from being 20 degrees.
And
It's
powering the car to go.
And warming up the car and powering it to go and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're going from a battery that's 20 degrees to a battery that will be at around 70 degrees.
Right.
And it's just everything will be operating more efficient.
So I really love that. I love that we can, you know,
Oh,
that's one of the things I really like.
the other thing about charging with the ID4 was because there's no battery preconditioning, it doesn't matter. You can drive your car for an hour and a half. It's not going to heat the battery up hot enough to get your optimal charging speeds, like 125 kilowatts that it's supposed to get. Now, some of the newer ID4s are getting even higher than that, depending on which battery pack you have. But most of the time during the winter, when we go charge, we were lucky if we saw 80 kilowatts. Most of the time, it was in the 50s, which makes your charging time a lot longer. So those Chicago trips, it wasn't always a 15-minute charge. Sometimes it was a half an hour or 40 minutes.
No, it was it was usually like, I mean, yeah, I feel like it was 45 minutes to an hour.
Sometimes, yeah. So with this one, it has the battery preconditioning. As long as you use the on-screen navigation. And
which they do have
program it to go to the charger, then it will precondition the battery before you get there. So when you plug in, you'll pull that 160 kilowatts right off the bat. And I have already tried it. I will make a video of not doing it, and then also doing the preconditioning and show you what the difference is in speeds.
Yeah. So do you guys have any other questions just about, like, you know, like, we'll get more in depth on some of this stuff, but we just wanted to show you our new family member.
Yeah.
We just wanted to let you in on it. And also try this live thing. So please drop a comment. Ignore the first, like, 20 minutes of the call.
Yeah. I think I can edit some of that out there at the very beginning, but
after live.
Yeah, I can cut a little bit out of it, but that's really, I can't do a full edit on anything. So I just kind of cut a few sections out just to make it a little better for people that are watching it on the replay.
That road is terrible.
These roads here in this town and in Illinois are not the greatest.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else? We've been at this for an hour, and these guys have been watching the whole time.
Yeah, I am gonna pull over here real quick so we can say our goodbyes to everybody. Pull into this. We're gonna pull into a gas station.
Yeah.
Just kind of sit over here.
We're just gonna go over here because we don't need anything from the gas station.
No, we don't. All
And,
right,
and that
let's
also
see.
saves you money on buying junk food. Except, I really want a soda.
What? You want a soda?
No, I'll take Starbucks.
Okay, so my camera's on me, your camera's on you.
It's on me.
We are here. There's now both of them are on you. Okay. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here with us. Like I said, we are going to try to continue this on every test car that we get. Hopefully we can get this ironed out a little bit better. We'll go back and watch the video and see what we can do to change things and see what kind of camera angles we can get that are a little bit better. Obviously, our cameras have to be straight up and down. It won't let us do sideways.
Yeah, which we didn't think about until we were already live. So sorry about that.
So we will get that figured out where we're going to position things. But thank you for being here. If you're new, like I said, subscribe because you're going to want to see a lot of this content.
And it won't be just this car. We're gonna do this as a part of the series for any new car that we get from dealerships for testing.
So if you haven't yet, right before you leave, hit the thumbs up and make sure to leave us a comment down below if you're watching this on the replay. What you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what we need to change, what your suggestions are.
Don't say bad stuff about me.
Yeah.
Okay, you can. It's
anyway, thank you, and we will see you on the next one.
See you guys. Thank you.